Hello, this is Jules with another podcast-style forest walk and chat. And in this one, I'm going to attempt the impossible. I'm going to try to define the terms relative truth and absolute truth. Okay, so how would I describe the difference? Well, to start with, there is only one absolute truth with a capital T, and that is the ineffable. Source, divinity, the Tao, capital C consciousness, God, whatever you want to call it. That is the only thing that truly exists. And language is incapable of describing it. I think the Tao Te Ching put it quite well when it said, Dao ke Dao, Fei Chang Dao, Ming ke Ming, Fei Chang Ming, which roughly translates as, the path that you can walk is not the true path. The name that you can say is not the true name. So this unnameable truth is the absolute truth. Everything else is an illusion, something entirely made up by the great mind of God. Divinity is only imagining that it has split itself into all these humans, insects, plants, bacteria, rocks, gases, planets, stars, etc. It's playing a giant game of pretend with itself. None of these things really exist. They're not real. I'm not real. You're not real. Everything we perceive as individuals is false. However, there are degrees of falseness. Some things are further away from the absolute truth and therefore are less real and more false, and some things are closer to the absolute truth and therefore are more real and more true. This is what relative truth refers to. Relative to each other, things can be more or less true. Both spiritual progression and consciousness progression are examples of spectra of relative truth. As you progress in your spiritual development, what you experience of reality gets closer and closer to the absolute truth. You experience relative truths that are more and more true. Gross stage is the least true, subtle stage is more true, causal stage is even more true, etc. And as you progress your consciousness, your understanding of yourself and reality gets closer and closer to the absolute truth. You comprehend relative truths that are more and more true. Beige stage is the least true, purple stage is more true, green stage is much more true, yellow stage is even more true, etc. As a final note, if you really are interested in absolute truth, I'd feel remiss if I didn't at least mention that you, as an individual, cannot experience or understand absolute truth. But if you shed any sense of yourself as an individual, you can be absolute truth. And if any of this makes sense to you, hang around. You're in the right place.